What is up YouTube, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today, we're going to be using the Mewtwo Charjabug team once again with Mewtwo, Tapu, Lele, Kyogre, Charjabug, Toxicroak, and Incineroar. If you haven't checked out the previous episode, I highly recommend go checking it out because Charjabug put in some work, like some really big work. Yeah, just go check out the last video if you haven't seen it already. But if you do enjoy these videos, or if you want to see a QR code of this team, 175 likes is that goal. If we can hit 175 likes on all the videos we use this team, by the end of the usage, 2 weeks after, we will have a QR code of this team. And it's a really fun team. It's been doing really well on Baek Battles so far. I've been pretty much enjoying it. Even though I don't really like hyper offense, this is kind of a fun hyper offense because Charjabug, Mewtwo, I mean, they're crushing everything. After DCing, we're back and looking for another game, but I think this team's been pretty fun for the hyper offensive team it's been. I mean, it's just fun to really get those big KOs with Mewtwo because I remember trying to make this thing work back in 2016, and I can't even remember 2016 Baek Battles. I don't know if anyone that's currently watching. I don't think there were many viewers of VGC 2016 since the channel's grown, but man, I don't remember what kind of Mewtwo. I think I used Mewtwo in 2016. I just can't remember if it was a Psych Up. I think I used Psych Up Rayquaza Xerneas. I don't remember what I did with Mewtwo though, if I even used Mewtwo, because I think that series was I think it was like 36 or 39 videos in total. As we got a 1687 rated player from Japan as our first opponent of today. Palkia, Kyogre, Stakataka, Incineroar, Gengar, and Kartana. This is interesting. I feel like I've seen something similar before. I don't remember. I might have faced my opponent before because it just seems very similar. Wasn't it like Curse Gengar or something? I can't remember. All I remember is like Trick and Palkia, which could be the case. And if it is Trick and Palkia, I really like my Toxicroak in this matchup. My opponent doesn't really have much for Toxicroak. So what do I want to go here? I think Mewtwo Lele seems pretty fine because I'll have the Taunt option. I have the Side Strike option, which is pretty powerful. So let's go Mewtwo Tapu Lele lead with... I think I do want to bring Toxicroak. The question is, do I want to bring Kyogre? Because I'm not really sold on Kyogre. Because I could see myself bringing Incineroar since it's probably more useful for the Intimidate. I just don't like switching into my opponent's Kyogre, but then again I do have the Toxicroak. I mean, if I deny Tricker and Scarf Kyogre can kind of sweep what I think would be the Incineroar, which is going to give me problems. But having Incineroar in Tricker would be tempting, but I think I'm going to go Kyogre. I was thinking maybe I could bring the Incineroar because Intimidate for the Stack Attack, just so I'm not taking too much damage with Toxicroak from a Jarball, because Jarball's going to hurt. Maybe even one-shots, who knows, because Toxicroak is really frail on the physical side. It is frail on the special side too, but we got a really bulky Assault Vest variant, so think we'll be okay on the special side. It's really going to be that Stack Attacker's damage output I'm going to be concerned about. We're going to see the Gengar plus the Palkia right off the bat. Don't know what my opponent's really going to go for turn one. It's slow Palkia. Okay, so I assume that's Trick Room. If I remember right, did this Gengar have Destiny Bond, or was it Focus Sash even? I can't remember right. I think Side Strike should blow back Palkia, but I don't think I want to risk it. I think a Protect and a Taunt is just very safe here because I'm pretty sure this would be Trick Room Palkia if it's slower than my Lele. So I think I'm just going to go for the Trick Room. You either run not much speed on Palkia, or you run max speed. We're going to see the Sludge Bomb come out in the Lele, which is smart. I could have probably substitute, but that's fine. Let's see if there's a Poison. Because that would be a little bit unfortunate, I guess. No Poison, which is nice. We do get a Taunt off into the Palkia, as we're going to see a Trick Room. Perfect. So I guess the best turn would have been Substitute. That's a little bit unfortunate, but right here I could probably just... who do you target with the Mewtwo? I mean, I kind of want to target down the Palkia with Side Strike because I would do a bunch of damage. I think I'm just going to go for Side Strike. You could knock out both my Pokemon potentially, but I think Side Strike should knock out Palkia. I mean, it is a Side Strike from Mewtwo, Life Orb, Psychic Terrain. Let's see your switch in. Probably Incineroar? No, Sakataka. Okay. I mean, if I get rid of Gengar's Focus Sash, I get to go Kyogre, and I get to click Water Spout. Oh, it's Scarf Gengar. That changes a lot. Why did you lock in the shot? Wait, why did you? Okay. I'm a little bit confused on why my opponent decided to lock in into Sludge Bomb, but that works out fine, I think. Because I could go Kyogre here, or I could even go Toxicroak and go for Low Kick. But I could go Kyogre and threaten huge Water Spout damage and a Side Strike. So which one do I want to lock into? I think Kyogre, because I prefer having Toxicroak as a switch in for later. Because I don't really, just having this huge Water Spout pressure is really nice here. I think I could go for Side Strike into Gengar and a Scald into the Stakataka. I don't even think I have to Water Spout realistically, because I'm pretty sure that Side Strike should get to knock down Palkia. As we'll go for the Side Strike. Here's the reason. I can see, well, if you Wide Guard, right? Let's say you have Wide Guard. Does it really matter? Maybe. I'd rather go for Scald because I don't want to see Wide Guard here. I'd rather get a guaranteed KO, or if Gengar decides to switch out so it can relock itself into Shadow Ball later, I'd rather have, I don't want Sakataka on the same field. So we're going to see the switch out from the Gengar into the Palkia. So a Palkia is probably going to get sacked here, and the Side Strike is going to do a bunch of damage to that Palkia. So I'm pretty happy about how this turn plays out. And no Protect from Sakataka, so I do get a Scald off. That's pretty big. I do get to knock out the Sakataka, and you know, that's one of the big damage dealers to my Toxicroak potentially. So we will get Side Strike off into the Palkia. How much damage it's going to do? Should do all the damage. Yeah, okay. Mewtwo actually gained a good KO here, which is pretty big. And that is awesome because now my opponent's locked in with the Scarf Gengar. You can only lock yourself into one move. I'm guessing Kyogre's in the back too, so yeah. This is looking pretty ideal here. I could probably just go for the Scald into Gengar, and the question is, do I want to Protect with Mewtwo or go Toxicroak? I think Toxicroak is a better play. Yeah, I think Toxicroak is just a better play, and I think I'm just going to go for the Scald into the Gengar, because Scald should either knock it out or put the Gengar really low to where Poison Jab should knock out, and Gengar can't knock out Kyogre in one shot, so I feel pretty comfortable about this position. We already revealed it's a Choice Scarf Gengar. At least I'm pretty sure. Wait. Yeah, it has to be Choice Scarf Gengar, because Modest Max Speed Mewtwo will still outspeed Gengar. So we'll see what the Gengar locks itself into. I don't really mind anything it can really lock into because it's not doing anything. Yeah, just a Shadow Ball. Gonna target down my Mewtwo, so trying to get rid of Thread and hoping Kyogre can take care of my own Kyogre. But here comes a Scald into the Gengar, which does knock out the Gengar because Gengar is really fail. So we do knock out the Gengar, and that should be game because it's not a Scarf Kyogre. We should be pretty good. We're gonna see the Thunder come out. Does that even knock out? Probably not. This isn't full health. Doesn't get a para, which is really nice. Dry Skin is going to activate, and now we can just go for Low Kick and Scald. We don't have to switch out. We're just going to weaken this Kyogre to put in range of Side Strike out of Terrain from my Mewtwo, and that should be good game. I didn't actually know it was Scarf Gengar. I assumed it was Trick Palkia, and I remember it being Trick Palkia, and it was Trick Palkia. I did not remember Scarf Gengar. I think my opponent's strategy was sack Gengar to try to set up Trick Room. Like, you pick up a KO with Gengar, you lose it to one of my Psychic Mons, and then you try a Trick Room sweep. It doesn't work if I taunt it. Focus Sash Lele coming in clutch there with the taunt, and yeah, I was just... Yeah, I kind of wish I substituted, but I guess if you Shadow Ball turn 1, if you are Scarf, and go for a knockout Mewtwo, which I'm pretty sure would KO. I mean, Gengar's no slouch. And Mewtwo's not the bulkiest Pokemon, so I would assume it'd KO. If it doesn't, that's amazing for me probably, because I'd still get the taunt off. But yeah, luckily I was able just to prevent the Trick Room, was just able to, you know, my opponent's momentum was basically lost there by no Trick Room. You were locked in the Sludge Bomb. I had immense offensive pressure, and that's basically what this team does, right? Try to overpower them before they can do anything, and that's what this team basically did. We were able to deny the Trick Room, force my opponent to switch, or take a KO, and both of them would have been pretty bad. My opponent was forced to sack the Trick Room user, and both Trick Room users actually, and I was just able to KO. That's literally how the game went. That's kind of the nature of this team. And you know, it's not always reliable, because my opponent does have a reliable way to stop the strategy. Let's say Amoonguss Dialga, for instance, or if it's a Trick Room Lunala, or any of those variants that can reliably set up Trick Room against me, yeah, I'm gonna be in a ton of trouble because I can't really efficiently stall that out. And that's kind of one of the reasons why, man, it was supposed to be a Baek Battles recording, but I got corrupted. But like, I did face something like that. It was a Trick Room, Necrozma, Dawnwings, and Groudon. My opponent got Trick Room up mid-game, and I had to stall it out, and it was like super tough. Able to pull it through though, but like, man, I wish that video wasn't corrupted, because that was like, you can stall out Trick Room technically with this team. It's possible, but it's not the recommended. The ideal set is don't let them get Trick Room up, or Tailwind potentially, because Tailwind can also screw me. But like, Tailwind's kind of fine because you can slow it down with Charjabug if you bring it, because String Shot will negate the Tailwind. And you can just keep going for String Shot, which I didn't know in the last episode we actually had it miss. Did not know that. Julie from Belgium as our next opponent, 1498 rating. Scary team though. The mono grass is kind of annoying to handle. I like Charjabug in this matchup, that's for sure. Really, am I even good against this team? I like Mewtwo, I like Lele, I like Toxicroak, and Charjabug. I'm kind of worried about my Solgaleo matchup though. If I bring those, I don't even think I want to bring Lele realistically. We don't know if it's Trick Room on the Solgaleo or potentially Whimsicott. I would assume Tailwind, but it could be Trick Room on either of those mons, and that could be really scary. So there's a lot of potential scary Pokemon on this team. This is going to be a rough one, because you got so many options right here. Kind of want to go to Mewtwo Charjabug, because Mewtwo Charjabug should secure... Let's see, I think Mewtwo Charjabug covers for a lot of things. I could probably get Light Screen up, because Light Screen is going to be really effective here. What would be the Pokemon I would expect you to bring? Incineroar? Maybe you don't bring Kyogre, but if you're Scar Kyogre, you would probably like it. Let's go Mewtwo Charjabug lead. Toxicroak and Kyogre in the back. Man, if this is fake Tears Water Spout, I'm in a lot of trouble. Like, there's so many potential things that are scary. One, priority fake Tears plus Water Spout. Maybe that's why I should have brought Lele then. I think Lele might have been a decent mon here. But the thing is, I want Charjabug because the speed control option could be really huge in this matchup. Because if I feel like I can't deny speed control because of Whimsicott's Tailwind option. That's like the main reason why. So I'll lead Mewtwo Charjabug. I get to find out if you lead Kyogre, if it's Scarf or not. Incineroar Whimsicott, okay. I do want to Electro Web turn 1. Electro Web going to Kyogre. You knock off my Choice Scarf. Do I really care about that? Not really. Because I don't think you're gonna fake out the Mewtwo or the Charjabug. Who fakes out a Charjabug? Yeah, let's go Kyogre here. I don't think I need my Choice Scarf. I'll go for the Electro Web, and then next turn I'll Light Screen up, I think. Or a String Shot, depending on the situation, because I could definitely see Incineroar switching out. But I think right now what I want to do is try to knock out this Incineroar, because getting ready for Incineroar would be valuable. Also, if this Whimsicott carries Grass Knot, I'm in a ton of trouble. Let's see what my opponent's going to go for. We will get out our Kyogre. Fake Out actually does come out into the Mewtwo slot. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about that. And Taunt coming out into Charjabug. Okay. That is ideal here, because I went for Electro Web. Because I break the Sash on the Whimsicott. Alright, that's not too bad, I guess. I mean, I still don't think it's ideal. Yet, I mean, I keep my Scarf. Do I expect Incineroar to switch out into the Kyogre or the Ludicolo? Do I care if my opponent does that? Because battery boosted Water Spout's going to hurt. And I also get another Electro Web off. And I think I will go for that play. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about this turn because I force a lot of pressure on my opponent. My opponent doesn't have a good switch in a Water Spout other than Ludicolo. Like, Kyogre is going to take a bunch of damage. I'm not sure if Whimsicott can survive. I think it depends on the spread, but right here, I'm putting on a lot of pressure here with Water Spout and Electro Web. And I do want to make this play because of the fact that I want to get rid of Whimsicott as fast as possible because I want to deny future Tailwinds potentially. My opponent hasn't went for Tailwind yet, but I'm pretty sure you're going to go for it this turn. Maybe switch out the Incineroar out, but I don't want to Thunder that slot because if it's Ludicolo, I always have like I always have a Toxicroak to switch into, and Coco is not gonna take that. And thank you for the boost on my Electro Web. I appreciate that. So my opponent also, we revealed that you didn't bring either Solgaleo or Kyogre, which is really nice. As Whimsicott protects. What is this Whimsicott set? That's really interesting, protect there. As we go for the Water Spout. Does this knock out Kyogre? I mean, Tapu Koko, you have to be Sash, and then I Electro Web. No, we just knock out the Tapu Koko. Okay. We take those? I don't know what's going on, but we take those, I guess. That's pretty good for me, I think. Yeah, that's amazing for me. Kyogre gonna come out on my opponent's side. Are you Choice Scarf and gonna go for the Thunder? I mean, I always have a Toxicroak as a switch in. I could just go for a Toxicroak play. I don't think you should Water Spout here. We might as well just go for Electro Web because it's gonna do some damage in that Kyogre. Yeah, I mean, I might as well prevent the worst possible option. I kind of need Kyogre to handle the Incineroar. So the goal right now is if I can get rid of my opponent's Kyogre, I feel very good about my spot. So let's go for some Electro Webs and get in my Toxicroak. I'm not sure if you're going to Water Move here. Fake Tears Water Spout would be an amazing play for my opponent, but then again, I could just get in my Kyogre next to Toxicroak and I Fake Out Pressure. Or I have Feint Pressure, depending on the situation. Or I could go out in a Mewtwo, so there's a lot of stuff I can go for. Tailwind just comes out, okay. Guaranteed Tailwind, we don't know the speed on this Kyogre. It just goes for the Water Spout, alright. So, obviously not the best situation, but that's not too bad for me, as Charjabug takes quite a bit of damage from that. We do hit the Electro Web though, that's huge. So now, wow, that didn't do as much damage to the Kyogre as I thought. What I do if I'm my opponent, I would switch out the Whimsicott into the Incineroar, I think. That's what I would do, yeah. So yeah, Fake Out Pressure. We just don't know if this is Scarf Kyogre. That's like the one factor we don't know. Because if it's Scarf, I just want to go for Fake Out Electro Web. Do you predict that? Go for the Encore. But I don't think you should allow me to Poison Jab your Whimsicott potentially. But it looks like my opponent would let me do that. So, ooh, it is an Encore. Nice play from my opponent. Do I really mind that though? Not really. We still don't know if it's Scarf on Kyogre. But I mean, this damage is really nice here. Because now this Kyogre is not really doing anything. If it is Scarf. Because Scarf Water Spout's not going to hurt. I think I'll just go Kyogre here and protect my Charjabug. It is my opponent's last turn of Tailwind? No, 2 turns of Tailwind, but last turn of Rain. Might as well just protect Charjabug, because save it as a sack. If you're not Scarf Kyogre, you go for Thunder, I guess? You might go for Water Spout, that's fine. We're going to see the Kyogre retreat. Okay. And Incineroar going to come out. So this actually makes me look amazing here because now I get battery boosted Origin Pulses off potentially, which is pretty good. I really want to deny Whimsicott a Tailwind though. That's the thing. Get Kyogre in. We protect Charjabug because we save Charjabug so we can sack it later potentially. Taunt going to come out of Charjabug. Oh, and the Kyogre. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't have anything I can protect or anything. Rain stops, that's fine. You have to Fake Out Kyogre here, I feel like. Is there a drawback to going Toxicroak and Mewtwo? I don't think there is. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Toxicroak and Mewtwo. The reason I'm going to make this play is because you have to Fake Out the Kyogre, right? You can't afford me getting Origin Pulse off because I would completely screw you up. We're going to see the Whimsicott switch out a Kyogre. Maybe I could Electro Web. That would be fine too. I also don't mind if a knockoff comes out into my Mewtwo slot. That would be fine as well. So let's see. Because I'm pretty sure Mewtwo would live that. I could still Fake Out and Side Strike the Kyogre slot. Or I could Feint. Like, I just need to confirm if one Kyogre is Scarf because we still don't know if it's Scarf. We're assuming it's Scarf. But yeah, Fake Out going to come out into the Toxicroak. Perfect. So now I can Fake Out and Side Strike the Kyogre slot. Electricity disappears, so my opponent can no longer knock me out with Thunder, unless it's Specs. And we'll just Fake Out and Side Strike. Because we get a KO on the Kyogre slot, we get to reveal if it's Scarf, and if it's Scarf, I I feel pretty good about that spot. And yeah, it is Scarf Kyogre. So we do knock out the Kyogre, and this game should belong to my own Kyogre now once I get rid of Whimsicott. So the Kyogre does get knocked out here. And knockoff probably going to come out. Yep. Into my Mewtwo. Does actually pick up the knockout, which is fine. I get to go on my own Kyogre now. Get to click Water Spout. Switch into Charjabug. And that should be game. Because I think Water Spout should knock out Whimsicott after the little bit of chip damage we did with it. Let's see if it does. Yeah, I think it should knock out. It has to be like really Spadef for some reason. We'll go Charjabug here. And Water Spout is to play, I think. I do think it's the play. We'll go for it. Don't see a reason not to. Again, Incineroar has to protect. You have to have Grass Knot on Kyogre, but even Grass Knot wouldn't KO Kyogre at this range, so I feel pretty good. And Whimsicott's also in range of Feint afterward. This is like a bulky parry Spadef, so that would have to be it. But if it's a Tailwind, that's pretty much the game, and you didn't protect your Incineroar, and even if you're Partial Barrier or Assault Vest, I don't think you're living badly boosted Water Spout. Oh wow, the Whimsicott actually did survive. Huh. Okay. I mean, still doesn't matter because this game's wrapped up. Toxicroak wins. Electro Web. Switching to Toxicroak, I guess. So wait, did we see his moveset? Taunt, Tailwind. Did we see Protect? We saw Encore, Taunt, Tailwind. Did we see Protect? I can't remember if we saw Protect. It probably didn't have an offensive move then, so it couldn't win. My opponent couldn't win the game regardless then. Because I just can't remember if we saw the Whimsicott Protect. Because I don't remember exactly. We saw Taunt, Encore, Tailwind. Those three I can confirm. I just don't remember we saw an attacking move. It could have been Endeavor. But even if it was Endeavor, I was fine because you're not KOing me. Yeah, I still think I'd been fine regardless. But we were able to pick up a victory, which is really nice here. And I think that's pretty good. So, game plan there was, I guess, try to deny Tailwind, but my opponent didn't bring the Solgaleo, which was nice, because I didn't have to preserve Kyogre that heavily. I mean, I could have lost Kyogre and it would have still worked out. And yeah, my opponent saw Coco right away, which was nice. I mean, I get what my opponent was trying to do. I think you were just trying to sack Tapu Coco so you get the electric terrain so you can hope Thunder knocks out my Kyogre, which I don't remember if it does. It might be like a roll or something, but I feel pretty good about that because I just put on, so again, offensive pressure. Whimsicott wasn't doing anything. The Electro was pretty big too because if my opponent did get a free switch in, Whimsicott was at -1 speed, and if it did have Endeavor, for instance, like it was going to be slower than like if the Kyogre, for instance, wasn't Scarf. Like if it was Specs Kyogre and Endeavor Whimsicott, which sounds terrifying when you think about it. I wonder if it was Fake Tears. We could have seen Fake Tears as the last move. And this is assuming that we didn't see Protect. If it did have Protect, yeah, it did have Protect. But we got an interesting team. Solgaleo's Yveltal with Arcanine, Serena, Amoonguss, and the Sakataka. I feel pretty good about my lead if I just lead Lele plus Kyogre. Because Water Spout Psyshock decimates my opponent's team, like, heavily. I'm pretty sure it knocks out every single Pokemon. Yeah. So we'll go Kyogre Lele. Do I go Mewtwo? I'm just not sure if Mewtwo's that good. I want to bring Charjabug because a Water Spout will put on so much pressure. Do I want to bring Incineroar, which might be useful, or Toxicroak, which is also useful? I think I want to bring the Toxicroak. Yeah, we'll bring the Toxicroak because, again, they don't really tend to run psychic moves on Solgaleo, so low kick will do some good damage to my opponent's team. We'll see how this goes, though. We'll see. I think the game plan is, we faced something similar to this before where my opponent was able to get a knockoff and I clicked Origin Pulse and missed it. I think I can just go for Water Spout Psyshock if you lead like Yveltal and Amoonguss. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. It's going to be Yveltal and Amoonguss. So, you know what I'm doing. Water Spout Psyshock. Amoonguss doesn't usually tend to carry Protect. I should be able to knock out Amoonguss. And even if I lose my Scarf on Kyogre, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of bad, but it's not the end of the world. Max speed Yveltal? It's slow Yveltal. That's good to know. Oh, wait, no. Yveltal. Wait, is that Scarf Yveltal? Was it faster than my Kyogre? No. I hope it wasn't. I should have paid attention. I was looking at it too, and I just can't pay attention. I'm gonna Water Spot Side Shock. You should be Grass Knot on this Amoonguss. It was Scarf Yveltal. What? And you crit me? What a bad start. Why? Why? Every time I face a Yveltal with this team, it ends up being something stupid. Oh, I should have looked at abilities before. I would have locked him in Origin Pulse, but it doesn't matter, I guess, because my opponent crit me. Great. Fantastic. Charjabug is basically useless. I can't beat Solgaleo. This game might as well be done. I don't think I can win. I guess, yeah, I guess I made a dumb play by not realizing it, and then I just got hard punished. But even then, that's kind of dumb. That crit, because Kyogre was still very useful, and that was no way that's not knocking. There's no way that's not knocking out Kyogre. Doesn't even matter because, like, I don't even want to play the rest of this game out. That's kind of frustrating. Because I don't even think there's a point. I need to hope this knocks out Amoonguss for a shot here. It might, but I mean, Amoonguss is bulky. Toxicroak is not the most offensive thing in the world. We do knock it out, so at least we have one positive note. But like, a Sunsteel Strike's still gonna hurt regardless. Maybe I hope for a choke and my opponent doubles out the Toxicroak slot for some reason. Solgaleo gonna come out. I either need a choke. Even then, I feel like the chances of winning this game is like nearly zero. Yeah, I'm gonna low kick. Go on a Charjabug, I guess. You should knock off Lele, and you should Sunsteel Strike my Toxicroak since it can't knock out either one of your Pokemon. Scarf Yveltal, really? Yeah, it does target down that slot. Oh, that didn't do much to Charjabug actually. Sunsteel Strike. Low kick crit? That's not gonna knock out Solgaleo. I know that for a fact. So, wow, that just knocks out Life Orb. Yeah, like this game was. Oh, what a sad way to end this episode. But what can you do? I guess like the battle would have been tough because even if I clicked the Origin Pulse, I don't think that would have knocked. I'm not sure if it would have knocked out Amoonguss at the range. I don't think it would have realistically, but like big damage on Yveltal to put in range of my Nintendo's attack. I would have still had Kyogre alive. I guess it just depends on if it's Jolly Solgaleo or if it's Adamant Max Speed, because we might have been relying on a speed tie for late in the game with Kyogre, but man, that was a dumb way to finish it off. Scarf Yveltal. I should have paid attention to speed, but again, the crit makes it so my play didn't matter. Yeah. But I hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. Show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias, the side tiers on my channel, and all that good stuff will be linked down below. And be sure to follow me on my Twitch channel for awesome VGC 2019 live streams. Feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them. Still kind of upset about that last battle, but what can you do? But that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.